how to be obsessed with studying, how to be so addicted to studying that people will literally have to remove you from your desk to stop you from studying. Today, we will answer this question. First of all, about me. I am Prateek, and I went from an average student to the top of my entire grade, and I'll tell you how to do the same. So let's start. First of all, we gotta answer the question: what does being obsessed actually means? Whatever answer you have, you can like write them in the comment section. But the simple answer to being obsessed is being so addicted to something that you cannot stop yourself, or spending much time of your day to that thing, right? Now, what my question is, how is your day like? What do you actually do in your day? Now, you might say that I study, I go to the gym or whatever, but actually, your day is more like this. You wake up, you go to school, you come back, then you check your messages, then you check your Instagram or whatever, then you eat your food, then you start talking to your online friends and everything on Instagram. Then you go outside to play or go to the gym. Like, if you are going to the gym, then that's a good thing. Then you come back home, eat junk food or whatever. Then you go to sleep. Basically, your day has nothing like actual productive work, like studying, working on your business, working on your goals. And then you ask, why are you not obsessed with studying? My answer would be simple, that you literally have so many things that your brain would not prefer studying. You tell me yourself, on one side, we have Instagram. Okay? I'm assuming that Instagram, like you use Instagram, like why I don't, but I have seen many people who do. Okay? So on one side we have Instagram. Your brain can use Instagram because it's literally on your phone. On the other side we have study. Like we have your books. What would you prefer? Would you prefer Instagram or would you prefer like books and reading? Of course you would prefer Instagram. Like if I, as a person, if I'm given a choice to eat junk food or vegetables, of course I'd prefer junk food because I would like to eat that. But the thing is that if I do that, that will be bad for me. And I know that. You know, you already know what is bad for you. You know that Instagram is bad for you. You know that playing games is bad for you, like I talked in my previous video. You know that all these bad habits are bad for you. But you're still doing them because you have them available. Now, my approach is simple. What if you stop these habits from being available to you? Now, you might think, like, whatever, how can I remove Instagram? The answer is simple. You just delete the app. How difficult is it? You click on the app, then that little cross thing will come up. Then you will click on that cross thing. It will ask you if you're confirmed that you want to delete. Then you just say delete. Done. Now, if you do it for everything that you can, that is actually enjoyable to you. For example, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, Reddit, or or YouTube maybe, or games or whatever. Like all the things that are enjoyable to you. First of all, on the phone. If you can do that, then your phone is basically useless. Like if I tell you my story, in my half yearly or after half yearly papers, like here they are called pre-boards, in those times, I literally had nothing on my phone. Like literally nothing. My screen was grayscale, like black and white, complete black and white screen. I did not have WhatsApp, Reddit, Twitter, any social media. I only had two main apps which I used. Wait, three main apps. One was a timer, which we of course cannot include because I did not even use that. Second was ChatGPT. Third was internet. And if you want to know like why I use ChatGPT and everything, then you can watch my previous video about asking doubts. Basically, it was to ask questions from the chapter and topics, right? So my point is that I literally had nothing on my phone at that point. My phone was basically just a machine for me to ask doubts, get answer, and done. I want you to do that. Now, in the initial stages, you might feel like, what? How can I live without Instagram? Or you might make excuses like, it is actually good. Or WhatsApp is important for calling my parents, calling my sister or brother or friends or whatever. But why don't you try it? Like, I just give you a challenge to delete these apps for 14 days. If something comes up, like, okay, you can keep WhatsApp, it is just for messaging and it has nothing like reels and everything. Okay. But still, I highly recommend you as a person, like I did this. So I also recommend you to delete WhatsApp. But if it is important for you, then I can understand. But Instagram, like that disgusting app, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, these four apps, these four apps, if you can remove, then that's amazing for you. And also include Snapchat, but I don't think I don't think anyone actually uses that shit anymore. But whatever, you can remove every social media app. Now, if will it actually interfere with your life? That's my question. Now you will say that yes, I will not be able to talk with my friends, but is that actually important for your goals? Like for getting, let's say, a 90%, okay? Is talking to your friends important through it? Is talking to your that one girl from England or from USA, is it actually important? No, of course not. Like those people are not helping you. They're just pulling you downwards. They're saying that, oh, come play this game, come play that game, let's do this, that, whatever. And they might be good friends, but they're not helping your goal. So why not just remove them? Like I want you to remove everything from your phone, make it just a blank slate that you will use just for your business work. Like if you're doing business, of course, if you're doing studies, which I am doing, and most probably you are doing, that's why you're watching this channel, then all your study work like chat gpt and browser. What I'm doing right now, like I'm making YouTube videos, so I have YouTube Studio, and like editing apps and everything. I have nothing else on my phone right now. So I want you to understand, if something is not directly related to achieving your goal, you just remove it. Do not ask questions like, oh, why should I remove it? Why this, why that? Or, oh, it is actually helpful for me. You just remove that. Now, I'll give you an example. When removing hot showers, like hot showers, you understand, like hot showers, like high temperature showers, okay? Will removing hot showers be helpful to your goal? Now, many people might say that, how does this matter? Like, hot showers is not even related to the goal. Like, I can take them. But my question is, can you think of any way, in any way, that hot showers are related to your goal? Now, you might say that, no, I do not think any way. But my answer is that, yes, there is a direct connection. If there are hot showers, then you'll spend more time in bathing. And of course, this might sound like an illogical example or anything, but I'm just taking it as an example. More time in bathing is equal to less time for doing the actual work. And that means less time for studying. And if you are studying less, then you're literally like being obsessed less with studying and more with whatever else you are doing. Now, whatever you did right now with your phone, I want you to do it. I want you to do this with everything in your life. Be it just going around playing with friends, talking to friends, or maybe anything that you might think of. Like I know that in your mind currently there are various options that you're thinking of, like various things that you think that actually are fun but are not directly helping in achieving your goal. And I also include eating their food. Like if it is not even helping in achieving your goals, you just remove it. Like junk food or frozen pizza or whatever, just remove those things. It actually gives you brain fog, so that's an additional advantage. Like my point is, remove everything that you can, so that at the end you'll have no other option but studying, right? Like imagine you have nothing else in your life but just studying that you can do. Your TV is gone, your phone is gone, and your all the various books that you might read, like literature and everything, is gone. But just your school books or academic books. What will you do? Of course, instead of dying of boredom, what will you do? You'll of course study. So that's what I want for you. You should have no option but to study. And if you reach that stage, then from there everything is simple. Now, if you're sitting on your desk to study, what will you think? That I should not do this, I can do this, I can do that. Like your mind can be distracted by basically anything. Even if there's a mosquito, your mind can be distracted by that. And if you are hyper focused, then your mind will not be disturbed by even your little phone if it has everything, unrestricted access to internet. You have to build that focus, but it starts from removing all the negative things. Now, if your mind is being distracted so much, you just ignore the distraction. Like, how difficult is it? Your mind is saying, oh no, we do not have to do this. Ignore. Oh no, I have to do this. You have to do that. You can do this. You can do that. You just ignore this. Like, there's nothing forcing you to actually follow your mind. The only thing that is happening is your mind convincing you or trying to convince you that if you do this, then that will be better. But what if you do not even listen to the advice? And if you do not listen to the advice, then who cares what the mind says? It says that you can go eat junk food, you can go watch Instagram reels, you can go play games. But who cares at that point? You simply just ignore your mind. And if you ignore your mind, then your mind has no power over you. Your mind cannot literally hold your hand and open Instagram. Or your mind cannot literally hold your hand and order junk food, right? What it can do is it can try to convince you. But you do not let the convincing power of your mind convince you. And if that can happen, then you are actually ahead of 99% of people because they are just in the stage of, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? If you can remove everything in your life that is like fun except for your work, first, and second, do not listen to the convincing part of your mind. If you can do these things, then you are actually ahead of 99% of people. Now, many people face the problem that they cannot even go to their desk because of procrastination. Like they think that I'll do this later or I'll not do this right now. But my question is simple. Why? Like, again, there's the convincing power of your mind. Your mind says that you do this later, you do this that, you do this whatever. You do not follow it. Like, how difficult is it? You just go to your desk, you start doing the work. What will your mind do? It will slowly either like just get distracted for a long time till you break your focus and you stop studying, which your mind wanted, which these companies like Instagram, Meta, Google, these kind of things wanted because they want you to use their app. If you break your focus, they win. If you continue with the focus, if you remain consistent, if you do this every day, then you win. Like, of course, you will win after that point. What will they do? They cannot force you to watch their app. Your mind cannot force you to like open the app. You have already won if you're not following your mind. Now, we get to the calendar part. First of all, for people who did not watch my previous video, you can watch because in that video, I have actually broken down step by step how you can achieve your goal of getting better marks in studies. Like I have told everything like calendar, timetable, how to follow a timetable. But I'll tell you a basic thing in that video, which you can like learn in advance in that video. And if you want in more advanced, then you can join my course, which is very cheap right now. And as soon as I'm done making it, like it's a pre-sale right now, then it will be a lot more expensive. So I highly recommend you to join it. Okay. So in that video, one thing that I mentioned was creating a timetable. Like not a timetable, but basically a to-do list for the day. And if you cannot follow that list, then you cannot sleep or you cannot do anything else. Like as soon as you wake up and let's say you are done with school and everything, instead of doing your homework or whatever, what you do is you simply just follow what you have to do. Like you have created a timetable. Okay, if you have not watched that video, I'll just brief you about it. On one day, you have to create the timetable. You have to do everything that you can to understand what you will do for the next 10 days or next 20 days. Now, your timetable is made or your to-do list is made. Now, you have to follow that to-do list for like, even if you fucking die, you still have to follow that to-do list. Your mind should be like, I have to do this no matter what. You'll simply do it. Now, how can I say this? Because I have literally done so. Like there were nights, like not even nights at that point. There were literal early mornings when I started working at 10 p.m. and ended at 5 a.m. and not with some breaks like some Pomodoro breaks or whatever. Like literal non-stop work for 7 hours straight. Those were the times because of which I can tell you that you can do this. You simply do not do anything else, like anything other than your studies, unless you have completed the to-do list task. And after you have completed the to-do list task, you can do whatever. Like I'm not forcing you after anything like that. But if you have actually cheated on your tasks, like you have just read the chapter and just saying that okay, I did it, then of course that does not count. But if you have actually understood the concept, then you want to, let's say, sleep for a bit or you want to complete a school homework, then that's completely fine. But my point is to at least do the task that is required out of you. Okay? Now, we get to the point of the urge to work. First of all, tell me, what is procrastination? Procrastination is literally not wanting to do something but still wanting to do it, right? It's like you are watching TV and your mind is going around like, I have to study, but I'll do it later. Okay. So, our goal for this obsession is to just amplify or embrace this urge of I have to study. For example, you were studying and you completed 2 chapters in one day. Okay. Now, let's say you also had one more chapter in your calendar to do list. Now, it is, let's take 9 p.m. right now. Many people would just say, I'll do it tomorrow. But there will be a small part in your brain which will say, no, we should do it today so that we can be free tomorrow. Or we can do the task that we have assigned for tomorrow. You have to embrace that thing. If you will follow that thing every time, like let's say there is one line and you have not read it, you are thinking that I'll read it tomorrow or I'll read it after a few hours. And there's a small part in your mind which is saying that you should read it right now. You embrace it. You literally do the task. Like, embracing might sound kind of weird, like what does it actually mean? My point is, you just do the task. If there's one line, you just read it. If there's one chapter, you read it and complete it. If you can do that, then it will basically do positive reinforcement. Your mind will think that if this thing is being accepted by the user, like yourself, your voluntary actions, then this thing must be important. And then that feeling that you have that I should do the task will slowly start to be amplified. Then the urges you have right now, like Instagram or Reddit or whatever, those will be replaced by the urges to do the work. And as they are being replaced, you slowly start getting into the obsessive side. Like earlier, what you did, you were forced to study. Like in the starting stages of this strategy, you were forced to study. You would force yourself and remove everything you have. Now, slowly, your mind would start thinking that if this is what the user wants, then I'll start embracing that. And if you can do that, then slowly you will be obsessed with it. And hence, we have achieved our goal. It's like simple, right? You just have to first remove everything that you have that is other than your work and is fun, so that you only have that remaining. Second, you have to do the task even if you do not want to. Third, you have to embrace the part of your mind which says that like you should do it right now or you should do this task. If you can follow these 3 things, then I can assure you that you will be ahead of 99% of people and you will have better grades. You will score higher. Okay, so this was all for today's video. I thank you for watching this long video because many people in today's generation have a strict attention span. Now, if you want to learn more from me, more about studies, about how to efficiently study and everything, then you can learn it from my course as I mentioned in the video. It is very cheap right now and it will be expensive as I'm done making it. It's a pre-sale right now. I highly recommend you to join it. It will be about discipline, studies and everything. So if you are considering joining it, then I highly recommend it to you. Okay, we'll meet in next video. Till then, see ya. Work like a dog, live like a lion.